This is really powerful, powerful medicine. And the beautiful thing about this medicine is it's totally free. It doesn't cost a dime to change when you do stuff and how you do stuff. Doesn't cost a dime. Which is, I suspect, the reason we don't do it. Because there's no way to make money from teaching you how to do this. In India, they would never teach people how to breathe because they already know. You know, in BKS Iyengar, in his teaching of yoga, he never taught anything about the breath at all until the students had been with him for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, and they were like really advanced in the breath. But over here we have a completely different relationship with the breath. So when we're not doing much, the breath can be very, very silent. They're almost imperceptible, but it's still moving, right? And then as we do more activity, the breath needs to increase because we're burning more fuel. We need more breath. And this is where you want to use the Ujjayi breath, deep, strong, full breath, and begin in a way so that your blood gets oxygenated before you start, and then allow yourself to just naturally go faster. So pain actually is what your body feels like when it's healing. Pain doesn't mean there's something wrong with your body. It's what the body feels like when it's healing. And if we experience pain and push through it, what happens, and you've had that experience. People, have you had that experience where you're walking and you feel some pain and you just like keep going, then pretty soon it goes away? Well, what that is that your body starts secreting adrenaline and endorphins because it believes that there's a saber-toothed tiger somewhere. And we can't be having pain because that will inhibit us from surviving this race for our life. So your body secretes adrenaline and endorphins and disconnects from the pain, puts the healing on hold, and actually what you do is you accumulate more toxins, more lactic acid, and so the pain actually, or the injury, or the defect, or whatever it is, the blockage, actually increases, even though you aren't feeling the pain. So if the pain is uncomfortable, that just means stop, give it more breath, give it more awareness, give it more attention, and attention is what heals. Attention is what heals. Your attention, your innocent, non-judgmental attention is what heals. What allows the blockages to be released and more energy to move unobstructed through your body, and then when that energy is moving unobstructed through the body, that's when we feel light and joyful and happy. And it's when it gets blocked, and it can be blocked with a physical obstruction, an emotional, that's what gets at me, something happens and it triggers me emotionally, and then the energy stops at that chakra or wherever, it doesn't move through. So I would just like to to say that each of us has a different kind of experience as we approach the limits of our aerobic threshold, that is going into that anaerobic sympathetic dominant stress adrenaline thing, and it can be any overload to the system. It can be mental, it can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be chemical. And what happens when your body is experiencing any one of these stresses, and it takes more energy to deal with that toxin stress, physical stress, emotional stress, or whatever, than your body can make in a fully aerobic way, then adrenaline comes in. It's a survival thing. It's like it's necessary. And so, like in the case of with Amy, it was like she believed in her mind, and your mind is so powerful, that in order for her to survive, she had to cut off feeling any sensation. That's a big, huge mental stress. You know, that thought. And it can be anything. You know, it can be anything. The thought that I have to go fast in order to lose weight. You know? And so your body does whatever it needs to do to go fast. But interestingly, the number one cause of weight gain is dieting, and the number two cause is exercise. Because, or improper exercise, I could say, but from my experience working with a range of people, all the way from people that have taught yoga for literally 50 years, to children, to athletes, I've never experienced anyone that really totally understood how to exercise in a way so that it is gives the body maximum healing. And exercising properly is one of the most powerful healing modalities that is available to you. And properly is without adrenaline, comfortable, lots of breath, gentle movement. And then as much activity as you can without going into that adrenaline. If you want to take your performance up, it's the emotional, mental blocks that keep you from being fully present that are actually going to inhibit your performance more than your physical. So, on the physical level, when we're operating up here, then from each molecule of glucose we get 36 ATP, units of energy. Down here with adrenaline we get lactic acid radicals and 2 ATP. So short term, maybe your performance will be greater, but you're using a whole bunch more fuel, and you're polluting your body with all those toxins. And that's what, and I've had many clients that as soon as they start exercising this way, they can start losing weight, and they haven't been able to do it before.